Hey Andre, we've got some exciting Tundra news for you to start the week. This weekend I happened to shoot a video of a Tundra tow testing, but much more than that.
Yeah, I see this, and there's a lot to unpack here because this is a brand new 2022 Toyota Tundra prototypes. There's actually not one but two of them. They look to be different trim levels, and they're testing next to some weird vehicles, actually.
Yeah, so let's do this. Why don't we roll the video of me kind of sneaking up on these guys, because that's what I felt I was doing. Of course I wasn't. They were in public open space, so this is all legal. But what was surprising is I'm pulling up, I see what I thought was a Ford because, well, it was parked next to a Ford. The brand new 2022 Tundra tow testing was parked next to a Lincoln Navigator, and that is a head scratcher. Hey guys, doing a little bit of prototype hunting here. I just came upon what looks like a pretty covered truck. Probably a Ford? Hard to say. Let's take a ride by and see what we got here. I'm saying Ford because there's Ford next to it. So, yeah, let's take a look at this. Definitely doing some tow testing. All right, so here I am, Andre, driving around the Tundra, and let's talk about, first of all, what we see on the Tundra. So what do you see?
So first of all, yes, it has a trailer with rubber mats, it looks like, so there's a decent amount of weight behind this truck. And then the truck itself...
How much is one of those rubber mats? How much do they weigh?
So we've used them before.
They're horse mats, basically.
Yeah, they're horse mats, they're rubber, they're about usually like, I think like 2x6.
They're impossible to move. I know that.
They're very hard to move. They're about 95 to 100 pounds each.
So on that trailer, how many do you think are on there? I'd say there are at least 20 or 30 on there.
I would say 40. So 40, it's about 4,000 pounds plus the trailer. So maybe 6,000 or 7,000 pounds altogether.
Yeah, so that's a significant amount of weight that they're towing. And then when we get to the back of the truck, the first thing I noticed, of course, was that the suspension is very well covered up. Why is that?
Yeah, well, it's because the Toyota truck they're changing the way they do things now from what they did before. And we know this officially now. So Toyota announced that the rear suspension is going to be coil springs with a solid rear axle. Very, very similar design, 5-link design to like a Ram 1500 truck, or now the next generation Raptor even.
Yeah, and what you can also tell on some of the pictures that they've released is that it actually might have a locking rear diff, because on some of those pictures they've released, it looks like there's a wire going to the diff. And of course, what we're talking about is making the Tundra as off-road capable and giving it the same goodies that the Tacoma has, right?
Yeah.
And for a long time, the Tundra was kind of, well, the poor stepchild of the Tacoma. The Tacoma got all the good off-roady stuff, and the Tundra was stuck with less. But I think they're hiding all that under there because it is going to be a huge improvement over the current model. The other thing that struck me immediately on this picture was the size of those wheels and the profile of those tires.
Yeah, so this is not an off-road version. So the wheels are new design. I haven't seen this from Toyota before, and they look like 22s.
Yeah, so we're looking probably at a limited. I think if you look at those mirrors, you'll also see that they've got chrome on them, right? Which would suggest that that is a limited version of the Tundra.
And the grille is very unique. It's got these horizontal bars. And we haven't seen this model unveiled completely, right? We anticipate maybe within a month we'll see an official, information and images, and of course we'll be right there to bring it to you.
Yeah, the pictures they've been slowly doling out, of course, and the spy pictures that are out there are of the TRD Pro, but not of Limited. Now here's where it gets super interesting, right? And this is where initially when I saw it, I thought that this was actually not a Tundra but a Ford, because this Tundra is parked next to a Ford Navigator. Why would they
It's not a Ford Navigator, dude. It's Lincoln.
Lincoln
it's
Navigator.
Lincoln. It's a whole new company. I mean, different company. Yes, they're owned by Ford. At first, I thought it was just a random vehicle.
Yeah.
A Lincoln Navigator parked. But then closer inspection, when we look at even the license plates say Texas. Toyota is based in Texas, right? Plano, Texas is where Toyota is headquartered. And then they both have radio antennas, by the way, so they're talking to each other. So they're together.
So why would they be benchmarking a Navigator?
So I had one idea.
Okay, what is your idea?
So when the new 2018 Navigator, this is an older model, by the way. This is not a 22 Navigator. Could be a 2021 or 2020 or before. In 2018, this new Navigator came out with a Raptor engine. Basically a high output 3.5 liter twin turbo V6 450 horsepower. That was the rating on the Navigator. And they didn't call it the Raptor engine, but it is basically a Raptor engine, the Ford F-150 Raptor. So could Toyota be benchmarking a luxurious Tundra versus a luxurious Ford product, in this case, with a high-powered engine?
Well, I had a couple ideas. So my first idea was maybe they were, like you said, benchmarking and testing, the quiet, the road noise, the vibration of, a Lincoln versus the Tundra. But then I thought to myself, well, what if they're thinking about go the other way, right? What if they're thinking about putting the powertrain that is in the Tundra into either a Sequoia or a Lexus or a Land Cruiser?
That is also the case, basically. Yeah.
Right. And so that's why they've got the Lincoln there, because obviously the Lincoln is, a three-row SUV and not a pickup truck.
Exactly. And I think, so second thing that could be that Toyota is also upping their interior quality, right? We saw that they released a couple of teasers of their seats, some of the switchgear that they're using inside the new Tundra. And we haven't seen it in much detail, but what we did see is that they're using special, red leather, for example, and special stitching and soft materials to the look of it. So maybe, like you said, they're testing some of the luxury features and quietness or whatever related to the cabin feeling versus the Navigator.
Yeah, but I think you missed my point. My thinking is, look, they don't have a Sequoia with whatever the powertrain is going to be in the Tundra, which we think is going to be a twin turbo, right?
V6, yeah.
Right, but they don't have a Sequoia with that. They don't have a three-row SUV right now with that powertrain. So if they are thinking about putting that powertrain into a Sequoia, a Land Cruiser, or a Lexus, would it make sense to use the one that is in the truck and compare it to the Navigator? In essence, basically having the truck stand in as a Sequoia while comparing it to the Navigator. So, now we're looking like 2 years down the road potentially.
It's possible, but I think it's focused on the Tundra right now. They could have brought a Land Cruiser 300 series from Japan. That has a twin turbo V6 right now. They unveiled it already. So they could have brought that in as well.
Yeah, but that would be a Japanese product, wouldn't it? A market product, and that wouldn't be something that would be here in the U.S. So that would be a stretch, I think. Anyway, if you have any ideas why Toyota is benchmarking a Lincoln Navigator, let us know in the comments below. It certainly does open up a whole world of possibilities, whether it's, like Andre was saying, an interior kind of comparison, or whether Toyota is planning to put that power plant that's under the hood of that Tundra into the next Sequoia, Land Cruiser, Lexus. We don't know, but it certainly is possible, and it certainly is newsworthy. So it didn't end there, because now I'm driving around, getting video of this, and as I'm driving away, lo and behold, look what shows up.
Another truck, which now appears to have an off-road wheel and tire package, a different grille, and it's also a camouflage Tundra crew cab, and it's pulling an even bigger trailer. And yeah, this looks like a TRD Pro, actually, dude.
Yeah, you can tell by those wheels, right? Those look like those beadlock type or capable wheels. Obviously not the same wheels that were on the other one that has the horse mats that it's towing. So now, of course, you've got basically Toyota testing a TRD versus their more luxurious limited model. And then it gets even better, because look what else pulled up. This was like, a cornucopia of surprises.
So then this truck with the trailer goes by, and all of a sudden, boom, a 2021 Ford F-150 with the same radio system, by the way.
Yeah, you could tell the antennas on there.
Antennas.
So they're all together.
With a power boost. This is a F-150 hybrid crew cab sport. I think it may be an XLT model. Pulls up right behind it.
Which is, of course, the new hybrid.
Yeah.
So now we've got a completely wild joker thrown in there. So now we've got basically a Lincoln Navigator, a Toyota Tundra TRD Pro, Limited, and a hybrid Ford, all kind of being compared to each other. That is crazy, Andre. What is Toyota thinking?
So I think I see where this is going.
Okay.
Because the rumors say that the Tundra will have a hybrid of some sort.
Yes.
So this is another kind of validation of that. Why would they be testing against the Power Boost Ford hybrid if they were not thinking about a hybrid, right?
Yeah, you'd think they would test it against, one of the other...
A regular Ford,
Or,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Or anything else.
Yeah, I know.
So I think, and a lot of you are actually saying that Toyota was just had the F-150 in sights. The cab design, the panoramic sunroof, the twin-turbo V6, the capability. So I think they're going after the market leader in this case, right? And we can see it in person.
I think there's a couple conclusions we can draw before we close up this video. First and foremost, I think this shows you that Toyota is very serious about making the Tundra not just, let's call it fourth in class, right? Because right now, in terms of sales, it's Ford, Chevy, and Ram, and then Toyota and Nissan are kind of bringing up the rear. But I think now they've gotten serious. So to me, it says we're gonna take this truck and we're gonna benchmark it against the market leader, which means that we want to be with the kind of the big three in terms of competition, in terms of availability of options, in terms of luxury, in terms of powertrains, and that's great news for all of us because it means more competition, which also means better breed of trucks.
Absolutely, dude. And if they do offer that wide range, I mean, there's of course the danger of the Tundra becoming more expensive. Right, if they are if they're testing it against the Lincoln Navigator and other high-priced trucks, but I think they're going to offer a full range of trucks, like you said, not very luxurious and some more work-oriented trucks. This is great news.
Yeah, it is great news, and it's great to see that we're living in part 3 of the truck wars. And looks like electrification is now part 3 of the truck wars. And let us know, like I said, in the comments below, why you think that Toyota has parked there or is benchmarking the new Tundra against the Navigator. That's the real head scratcher. I get the power boost, so I get the hybrid truck, but the Navigator is a real head scratcher. And if there's something that that we don't know, hint hint, nudge nudge, wink wink, shoot us an email because we'd certainly like to know it as well.
Yeah, ask@tfltruck.com is our email address. And also stay tuned because September, October, more Tundra official news are coming.
Yeah, there's a lot more Tundra news. And of course, let's face it, it's been kind of a dearth of news from the truck world for the last month or two, but there are a lot of big truck stories coming. We are going on a lot of off-roady trucks. That's all I can say. Of course, you probably know one is a Raptor. Chevy has been out of the ballpark in the in the full-size truck, not in the mid-size truck, in terms of its kind of Raptor competitors. So some of that news is coming as well. We've got a lot more truck news coming, so be sure to go back to TFLtruck.com where Andre is always keeping you abreast of the latest and greatest truck news. And of course, our new site, which is TFL-studios.com, where we have all of our video, all of our podcasts, and all of your truck stories. So if you want to get one-stop shopping, TFL-studios.com.
It's a web app, yeah.
Yeah, you can make a little shortcut on your phone and get it all the time.
Thank you.
Ciao.